ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, everybody, to another Eagles Nest podcast. My name is Brad Brewer with, of course, the Eagle Homes team. We are brokered by Coldwell Banker Realty, and we are at the Loop Commons, as always, signing the back and enjoying their delicious coffee. How was your weekend?
It was good. How was yours?
I experienced something that I hadn't yet in life.
It's got to be good.
I'm supporting my friend's kids' school, UW Platteville. I'd never attended a D3 football game before.
Oh, okay.
So, want to take a couple minutes?
No, go ahead.
Okay. It was kind of cool. It was very cool. Two things I thought were really fun about it. Like all the parents know each other. There's tailgating before, so games at 1. We leave to tailgate at like 7:30 in the morning. You go to the parking
Typical
lot.
college.
Yeah, you go to the parking lot, and I mean these parents, the quarterback, I think wide receiver or two of the receivers' parents are like the first ones in line every time, and they had this amazing setup. I mean, they had a blow up couch with their tent on and everything, and one of the other guys is making smash tacos, which I didn't try one, but I wanted to. We had so much food ourselves, but. So it's pretty cool. You tailgate before the game, you're a little snookered up. You go to the game. Afterwards, what I thought was pretty cool was, and it was good they won. Very exciting game. They played Whitewater.
Oh, that's a big deal because Whitewater's usually really good every year.
Yeah, and I didn't know whether I know Platteville. They've only had one loss this year. Another high-ranking team, and so anyway, and I think Whitewater's up there too. It was tight. It was. Very defensive game, 10-7 with about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And then Platteville threw a bomb down the field. So got like an 70-some-yard touchdown throw, and then intercepted the next possession, sealed it went up 7 with a field goal with like less than 2 minutes left. And well, the D3 guys, they don't have the same skills as the pros do of let's call it the 2-minute drill. So the game ended. I mean, they gave a valiant effort, so it was kind of cool. But then afterwards, it was kind of nice that they won. Players come down through and basically eat all the food that's left, which I thought was kind of neat. It was kind of a neat thing to watch. I was kind of sitting back and watching. So that was my two experiences were basically both the football game. I'd never witnessed the tailgating thing like that. I've done tailgating, but not like that with the players coming through. It's kind of cool. And then I've never been to a D3 football game. My only observations about the game was, so I played basketball in high school, and I probably could have played if I would have tried D2, maybe D3.
Yeah.
Never did. It's like in golf, you know, how we're like, well, there's scratch golfers. Then there's probably even a pretty big difference between some of the low-level pros and then your tour guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, D3 to D1. I mean, the guys are walking through and like, you know, D1 is you see 6'6", 300-some pounds.
Right. Some big.
And I'm watching these kids walk by and like, are they still in high school? There's no offense. Like, played a great game. It was good action. Really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, there's a difference between the levels.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool experience. I had fun. We had fun. So we were over in Platteville, and then we camped at night.
Nice.
Our friend's camper, which. That was enjoyable too. So anyway, it's a fun experience.
Yeah, so I got to enjoy 4 days off with the kids. Let me tell you, kudos to our teachers and our school admins that take kids for 5 days straight. But we did Spooky City on Saturday. It was down here for Spooky City. You know, thousands of people lined the streets. It's really cool to see how many people came out. We had great weather. Kudos to all the businesses out there that handed out candy to the kids. I mean, my 2 daughters had buckets full of candy, so it was really cool how much candy was handed out.
That's awesome.
I will criticize one thing, and maybe there was a reason for it, and I just don't know it. The coffin races. Okay. Last year when we were here, coffin races were side by side. Okay, so it was me versus you running down doing the relay. This year it was different. It was a single person running down. It was timed, right? So I don't know if they had issues with, who they paired people up with, but I'm a very competitive person. So I feel like I would push harder, do more
someone's next to you.
if someone's next to
Yeah.
you pushing you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So not really sure why they did that.
Yeah, it really takes my dead heat joke out of this.
It does. But yeah, but good time. I mean, the downtown area was packed. It was we left fairly early to go to a benefit, but it was kudos to Experience Burlington for what they put on and all the organization that went into it. Because I know it's not easy to organize something like that. So
Yeah,
kudos to them.
I've experienced in the past. It's always super packed. I mean, they have to shut down the streets because you've got a couple thousand kids and adults running around. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So Experience Burlington, please. My dead heat joke doesn't work if you don't actually have it side by side racing. So that's Vince's one critique. Could we bring that back next year? I'll even announce. So
I like it. He's willing to be an announcer.
I'll be the broadcaster.
I was looking up
volunteering
something
right now. I don't know why I'm volunteering, but
I don't
regret
either.
that. Someone might actually take me up on it.
So also this coming year is going to be the don't forget the Christmas parade. Christmas parade is a really good time. I'm pulling up it looks like it's going to be Friday, December 6th.
Yeah.
The theme is A Wonderful Life. I just pulled this up real quick. It's going to start at 6:30 at night. You line the streets. If you type in, go to Business Experience Burlington, you can find a flyer with the route map on it.
Can we get Gracie to put that link in the video?
Yeah, we sure can.
So if you want to check this out later, our podcasts are all on our YouTube channel.
I'm also going to share
at Eagle Homes 72. There's Eagle Homes Team 72. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So check it out later. We'll put the link in there for it. It's always the first Friday in December, but the link has the route. And I know some people take it pretty serious. I mean, you start seeing some place markings, chairs and blankets and stuff out.
Oh yeah.
In the afternoon usually.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I am a former float winner, by the way.
I knew you had which movie or which
It was Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, yeah.
Shitter's full scene.
Yeah.
I was Eddie.
Yeah.
Wearing a robe, smoking a cigar, smoked a real cigar.
Yeah.
On the thing. Yeah, and made the front page of whatever paper, and we won best float.
Nice. So, how long ago was that?
Either 2017 or 2018. I'm not sure what
okay.
it was.
All right.
It might have even been 2016.
Okay.
I think it was 2016.
All right. So quite some time ago. Old man.
Yeah, it's 8 years ago. I'm old.
Yeah. So, it kind of runs us right into today's topic, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. We're talking about, Thanksgiving break, winter break is going to be on us before you know it. It's going to be November 1st in about 5 days here. And, we want to talk about things that you can do with the littles, right?
Yeah.
Some different events that you can do, indoors, outdoors, even, just at home.
Or honestly, some of these stuff I think would be fun for adults.
Yeah,
but also
right.
your bigs, your teenagers.
Right.
Instead of them sitting around on board or doing whatever else. Out of touch, what kids do today. But some of these are really cool. So we'll start with some outdoor activities.
Yeah.
One I highlighted here on the list was, I'm trying to stay mostly super local. There's some cool stuff up in Milwaukee, of course, but sledding at Wilmot Mountain or Whitnall Park. So Whitnall Park's up in the Milwaukee area.
Yep.
Wilmot Mountain, of course, is here in Wilmot. I've not done this yet, but they added, it's been probably more than 5 years ago, the sledding hills with the tubes and sleds and stuff.
Yep, yeah.
It always looks like a ton of fun. I actually kind of want to go and do that this year because I haven't. So maybe if you take your kids, I'll just
maybe we make it a team. Maybe we make it a team event.
Maybe a third wheel or something.
I like
or
it.
A team event. I think it looks like a lot of fun. So
yeah. Grand Geneva also has tubing and where you can rent sleds, and they have a little bit of a sledding hill. So you can do it and along with ice skating. I know we have ice skating on our list here at Red Arrow Park up in Milwaukee, but Grand Geneva also has ice skating area. So, if we're talking about staying local, there's ice skating there. There's also ice skating. Gosh, there's a local league that does it, but I can't remember, so we'll go there.
Skiing too, for those that want to ski
Yep.
or snowboard. Of course, you got Grand Geneva, Wilmot Mountain, Alpine Valley, all right here in the Burlington
Right.
area. Trying to think, I think there's really take that out. There used to be a ski hill right up in Franklin.
I think that's more sledding now. I don't
Where the
remember.
Lux Golf is. I think they took that out.
Yeah, I think so.
I apologize if it's still there. I honestly don't remember and about that.
The other cool thing I haven't done it since I was a kid. It's kind of crazy. They have a toboggan run right here in Burlington. It's right on the lake, over by Burlington High School. I think is it the Boys and Girls Club or is it the Girl Scout? I think that's Girl Scout camp right there.
Okay.
That's right by the lake.
Yep.
And they do open tobogganing for anybody. You can come and you can rent a toboggan and do some toboggan runs down this. It's a huge slide. I mean, this slide's probably 5-6 stories tall, and then you toboggan right onto the lake, and you go forever. And then I'll tell you the hard part about it is getting the toboggan back to the top. So it's not really easy. I think they now have a toboggan pole that will get the toboggan up, but you still have to walk the steps. So it's a little bit of work there for you. But once again, great outdoor activity once it gets cold,
Mhm.
and the water, the lakes freeze over, they start getting snow on the hills. Just it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's ice fishing, of course, too, for those fishermen, but lately, hit or miss by December, Christmas timeframe.
If we're even frozen.
Sometimes the lakes aren't even frozen, and
Right.
It really depends. I don't think they were last year. So sometime in January, but anyway, so check it out. There's way more than we can announce, especially if you start going up to like Milwaukee, even down towards Chicago.
Right.
There's all kinds of cool activities to do throughout the area.
Yep.
Just to entertain both big, little, old, young.
Yeah. Well, and I know the ropes course in Bristol will stay open for quite some time until it's, until they're unable to, safely hook up people.
Yep.
So, if it is nicer out, that ropes course in Bristol will stay open for the littles and even adults. I mean, if you're not afraid of heights, it's a pretty cool adventure.
Cool.
And then there's the snowshoeing at Schlitz Audubon Nature Center. It's, if you like, just get out and walk, and there's, a couple feet of snow on the ground, or the trails are just open for, a good little walk along Lake Michigan.
Yeah. That could be a little Bristol on the lake, but
Yeah.
bundle up.
Yeah,
So,
it is what it is. So,
Alright.
indoor activities.
yeah, so indoor activities are, for those that just don't like the cold weather. Maybe want to choose the indoor activities. Fire away.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple cool ones. There's the Milwaukee Public Museum. Also, you can go down to Chicago and do the Shed, the Art Museum, Museum of Science and Industry. A great little one-day getaway. I highly recommend. Check it out. A lot of times during break, so Thanksgiving break and Christmas break, a lot of those museums will offer, half off students or things like that to kind of drive people in there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when it's potentially a little slower. So check out your public museums. I mean, there's one here. We have a Burlington museum here in town. It's, you have to make a reservation and call to go and see it. But if you like a little local history, go check that out.
Yep.
There's the Dinosaur Museum in Kenosha, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Downtown Kenosha, right on the lake, is another great opportunity for you to get out and see just, some different history, historical things. But I really like, when we're talking about museums, the Children's Museum up in Milwaukee. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this was on our list or not. I don't see it on here. Nope.
Actually, no, don't think it was.
Yeah. So the Children's Museum, if you like, I'm a hands-on person. I love, seeing how things work and, creating experiments. And the Children's Museum up in Milwaukee does just that. It's really neat for the littles to kind of go and, turn a wheel and watch all of a sudden like hydrogen being, created through like this water system. And it's just a really neat experience up there. And so just a bunch of different hands-on stuff, everything from, 2-year-olds all the way up to, your teens. So,
Yeah.
and even the adults, it's kind of neat. And then check out, local restaurant while you're up there.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool things, holiday lights everywhere. There's the Milwaukee Zoo, I know, is pretty cool. Lights.
Yep.
Also, there's a neighborhood, I can't remember the streets it's on. It's right off of Beloit or National kind of area in West Dallas. It's a neighborhood. I think they still do it. I think it's like a requirement if you buy houses. Or you're just guilted into continual tradition.
Yes.
They have great light shows. So, and then of course cruising through Grand Geneva.
Yep.
Can't remember if you said that one already. That one's always really cool. Just they've added a lot. It used to be predominantly the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
And then of course the gingerbread stuff too. I forgot about. I told we do that every year. It's kind of something we've just always done. We check out the gingerbread houses, we cruise through Grand Geneva. It's a lot of fun. Get to see the lights. Seems like they add lights every year.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how much they do. So that is called I think it's called Christmas Lane.
Yep.
It's on 96th Street in West Dallas.
There it is.
And I only know this because I showed a house there last weekend, and in the description for the home it said we will be leaving all of our Christmas decorations. So I went up into the attic, and you'd be amazed. Like there was boxes and boxes of inflatable Christmas deck, and this yard was not real big. I mean, this yard probably was.
They filled. I remember going through there before that. I mean, their yards are just filled with
Yeah.
all kinds of just, and there's setups. There's
different themes or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. So it's off 96th Street in West Dallas. So go up there and check that out. It's pretty interesting to see. I've never been there, but when you're talking about lights and things like that, there's also a really cool light show down in the Vernon Hills area, right off Highway 60.
Okay.
So it's right by the mall down there. So if you want to check out another Christmas light type of deal, also Yogi Bear out in Caledonia.
That's right.
Caledonia, Yogi Bear out in Caledonia has a really neat light show. I will tell you guys, if you're doing the Yogi Bear in Caledonia, look for the coupons. They do all kinds of advertisement for half off, entrance, or sometimes local schools will give out the coupons to take your littles. But it's kind of neat that when you're done, you can go and get hot chocolate. They have a meet Santa type thing. So it's takes probably about, depending on the night you go and the traffic, 45 minutes to drive through it. So keep that in mind. It's not a real quick. Same thing with the Grand Geneva one. It's about a 45-minute tour by the time you get through it, and then have to turn around and go back against traffic.
Now, of course, a lot of these are Christmas themed, but which obviously works well for winter break.
Yeah.
But just wintertime in general, there's a lot of indoor things to do that you can do just weekends with your kids, stuff like that. What's your favorite indoor winter activity?
Gosh, indoor winter activity. For me, I think it's anything that keeps the kids burning energy. Okay, like it could be like we can go roller skating, we can go to a bouncy house, coming into even here Loop Commons and rock climbing wall. Anything that finds a way for them to burn energy, I find to be very very helpful for my sanity.
I mean, I might take golf simulators myself, but actually the bouncy houses, or the trampoline places.
Oh yeah,
those
trampoline.
are.
I'll call it tramp parks. No, trampoline parks. Bumping.
All good. We're coming back. This is all family fun.
Oh, has anybody else been to a tramp park?
I've only done the trampoline stuff once, and it was super fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't bring out the kid in you as an adult, I don't know what will.
Right, yeah.
I had a great time doing that. I'd love to go do that. Maybe I'll take the niece and nephew or something.
There you go.
Yeah, my daughter would probably want to go. She's 22. So.
I really want to see, and I'm hoping we have good weather for this year, is the ice carvings.
Yes.
You know, every year we it's 50 degrees, and by the time they even do it here in downtown Burlington, they do ice carvings.
Yeah.
So there's some different places that you can go and see some just spectacular ice carvings. One's, downtown Burlington here. Go to the website, Experience Burlington, see when the dates are. It's usually in February.
Yeah, because it's they do in the park next to the library that has where the Santa's chalet or whatever it's called is. So you can go see Santa, check out ice sculptures. I know like Geneva's is in February.
January 29th to February 2nd or something that weekend.
Now they leave them up, so if you can't make it for the weekend, again,
weather depending.
assuming we don't have some warm weather come through and they all melt, they do leave them up, so you can kind of check them out.
And then Cedarburg Winter Festival. Cedarburg also does a very similar winter festival to Lake Geneva's Winterfest, where they have ice carvings. They host some different games, chili cook-off, and so forth. So a couple different opportunities to see when that is. That's also sometime in February, which is pretty neat. So I really like that. And then there's over by Geneva National, they do the ice castles.
Yep.
So
how about that?
Yeah. So the ice castles are a really neat thing. I recommend doing them at night.
Yeah.
The reason being is they light them up. They kind of with a bunch of like blues and reds and greens to kind of, just, and you can go through them, dress warm. I recommend wearing snow pants. And I only say this because there's some ice slides. So as your kids are going to go down these ice slides and their butts are going to be frozen. It's called freezing your butt off. So check that out if you get a chance also. So I thought that was pretty cool. What else we got there?
Well, this is not it's an activity. It's one that'll help gain your winter weight, stay warm.
All right, I like
Food
it.
and drink experiences. I mean, what's fun about the holidays and winter? It can be just different types of foods that you're not going to eat. Am I drinking hot chocolate in July on a warm, sunny day? No, I'm not.
No.
Or, I love, warm apple cider and stuff like that. Or, I don't usually sit down with I'm starting to get hungry, by the way. So places like Apple Holler, and by the way, some of the best apple pie you'll grab there as well. So just get your pie right away.
There we go.
But so sometimes the food stuff is always really cool. There's, I guess in Milwaukee, and I've never done this. There's pop-up bars, Mistletoe, the Tinseltown is what they're called. Check online for this stuff. I just came across it. Didn't get to do a lot of research on it, but pop-up bars. So I guess it's kind of cool.
Interesting.
And then of course, your old supper clubs and the Wisconsin Supper Club, things like that, do holiday or winter type themed meals and stuff like that, and those can be an experience.
Yeah,
I mean, you can try different things that you just don't. Every season, I think there's seasonal foods.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of mulled wine. Mulled wine, but it's this time of year. It's not, it's not something I'm going to be. Oh, honey, let's have some mulled wine. It's 90 degrees outside. So
I mean,
I'm a big fan of mulled wine.
I'm trying to think of some specific, like just for me, like, obviously, I love a good turkey leg. That's Thanksgiving, Christmas. I love ham. We have ham throughout the year, but there's something different about that Christmas ham. And then some of the sides, like the different vegetables, the potatoes are done different. I don't know. It's just different.
I will tell you, yes, I will tell you the one time a year that I eat sweet potatoes with the toasted marshmallows on top. So like sweet yams with brown sugar, toasted marshmallows, and yams. It's this time of year, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's not something if I go to the restaurant, they go, oh, we have sweet yams. I'm like, yeah.
That's definitely, and then of course pumpkin pie this time of year.
Right.
Like, pie to me is I'll occasionally have a slice of pie just sometime in the summertime, but I don't really. It's kind of a
winter fest for it.
So winter food for me. A lot of the desserts are very wintry for me. That's why I watch myself another time. But, you know, it's just,
Watch them grow, ladies and
I'd
gentlemen.
say for you, like, I would never make green bean casserole myself, but somebody in the family always makes it.
Oh, I like
I
green bean
actually like
casserole.
I like it. My wife, I think, does.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. Green bean casserole, just super tasty.
Yep.
So get out and enjoy the different food experiences coming up this winter and the holidays and stuff like that.
You know, like, let's throw out a few more indoor activities. I want to, we have the Magician in Lake Geneva.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That is very, can get you out in the evening, Saturday, Sundays. I think he does an earlier show, 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock, but something to do if the weather started turning, you're not quite ready for it. Also, there is the big arcade place right on Highway 50 and 94. They have bumper cars in there, some virtual reality, just
laser tag.
Laser tag. So some different arcade games like that. And then obviously bowling, right? Tons of different bowling alleys in the area.
All kinds of fun bowling alleys.
I will
Lake
tell you,
Geneva, Burlington, Whitewater, or Waterford, just right in this area,
yeah,
and probably a ton more.
yeah. And if you're a fan of bowling and adults for you, get out and try duck pin bowling. I don't know if you've ever heard. Duck pin bowling is you get little pins, like they are half the size, and you use a ball that looks like a shot put. And the lanes are a little bit smaller, but yeah, it's similar to that. You're just whipping this little handheld ball down there. So try duck pin bowling. Also for our adult friends, axe throwing. There's like Geneva Axe. We could definitely check that out. But I think, it's not just kid stuff that we can get out and do.
And you didn't mention, didn't you do one of these this weekend?
Yeah. So that's where I wanted to kind of end with. But Timber Ridge Lodge and Water Park in Lake Geneva. We only did it for one day, and I feel like we could have extended it to a second day, but
sure.
The kids got to the water park is not real big, but it was just big enough to keep them occupied for about 5.5, 6 hours.
Perfect.
And then we went and did the haunted hayride this weekend out there. They have a haunted hayride out there that before 7 o'clock, I will tell you, if you got little ones before 7 o'clock, they keep it a little more kid friendly. After 7 o'clock, they try to scare the crap out of you. And I had my
before 7.
Yes, please.
Okay.
My 6-year-old was sitting next to me, and she didn't want me to originally cover her eyes until this scary guy with a mask came up and got literally like 6 inches from her face. And he's like just staring at her, just kind of creepy staring at her. And
that creeps me out.
Yeah, she didn't budge at first. I think he was waiting for her to break, and she broke. And all of a sudden you start hearing her whimper and crying. And so I go to put my hands over her eyes. And instead of her like allowing me to put her hands over her eyes, she pulls my fingers apart so she can see what's going on. Like, I'm like, okay, what's the difference? Why am I holding my hand? So
yeah, take the hand down, right?
Yeah. And there was times that throughout the rest of the ride, I had my hand over her eyes the whole time, and she would just open them up. And if it was scary, she would close them. I was like, you could just close your eyes. That's kind of the same.
It's different. You have a layer of protection there.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what it was.
That's hilarious. So on the water park thing, indoor water parks are, we've got a lot of them. I mean, the Dells has a whole
tons,
city of them.
Yep.
And that's just a 2-hour drive from this area,
right?
Burlington. So a lot of cool things with water parks throughout the area, just over the border down by Gurney. I can't remember the name of that one.
Great Wolf. It's a Great Wolf down there. Yep.
But yeah, and then different sizes, like you said. Yeah, Timber Ridge isn't huge, but for kids probably under 10, 12 maybe. I mean, depending. It's going to entertain them for about 4 or 5 hours.
And there are a ton of other activities for kids throughout the day, like that trick or treating from 6 to 8 that night. Pumpkin painting, and that was just this weekend. But they do activities like that all of the time, so it's kind of neat to see.
So obviously, technically, this week we kind of we're 3 straight months with a holiday.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
As I get older, I'm gonna have to say it's still Christmas, and it's not necessarily Christmas for me. It's Christmas for the kids.
Sure.
Seeing their eyes light up. Now, I need to do a better job at having them understand like the idea of giving and not always receiving. Yeah. So it's gonna be a work in progress, but they're also 9 and 6. They don't really.
Sure.
But I think we're coming to that point in our lives where we got to start having the conversation with the 9-year-old on, you know, what's real and what's fake.
Yeah,
So-
we'll leave it at that.
Exactly.
I don't know for the adults. out
Yeah.
there that still believe in some of this fake stuff, but
So yeah, how about you?
Mine's actually, I'm kind of like you, I'll say, mine's always really been Thanksgiving. I
Okay.
love Thanksgiving, and I know this is kind of like not to cook. I mean, I've participated like certain years, like when we grill a turkey, deep fried a turkey. I usually do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I'm the one that's basically sitting around and eating and watching football all day and taking 2 naps.
Okay.
I just love that holiday. To me, I've always loved it because well, my birthday's always around it too, which helps. But it's always about family, just chilling, and the gift thing doesn't get in the way.
Gotcha.
And because I'm one of those Scrooges that a little bit with Christmas, I don't like the commercialization of it. I also don't like the fact that when you start putting decorations out for Thanksgiving, that's my holiday. We're not allowed, we don't do that in our house. That's not allowed. But I'd say Christmas when our daughter was younger, I loved that reaction of the kids. That was so cool. It was that feeling was way cooler, probably because I understand it more than when I was a little kid and we'll wake up on Christmas morning. Because you know you have those memories too.
Yeah.
I think me watching a kid was probably made Christmas come up there. And then I'll just tell you right now, I hate holiday.
All right.
Dumb holiday.
Well, are you participating in trick or treating on Thursday?
Our neighborhood actually is like one of the most popular in Burlington. It's super crazy busy. So yes, I'll be the guy with, I think we're handing out popsicles. Like the plastic ones you can freeze.
Gotcha. Nice.
So yeah, we participate and, I don't know, our decorations are probably limited compared to some of some of the neighbors go nuts.
Yeah.
We're more than some though. Some don't hardly do anything.
There we go. All right, everyone. I'm Vince Devall with the Eagle Homes team.
And I'm Brad Brewer. Hope you all have a great week. And we will see you. Yeah, we're on next week. I think we're gone, but no one is gone.
Nope. We're here next week. See you next week, guys. Have a great week. Bye.